Hello, I'm Patricia McNeely. I teach you about ascension, soulmates, twin flames, and love. So if you're new to my channel, please stick around. I have a lot of topics that I cover because so many things come up for people because you're here to be new. If you like to receive updated information, please subscribe. So let's get into it right now. So in today's video, I want to let you know about an event I have coming up that I'm calling Once in a Blue Moon, the Universe Opens its doors. So what is this energy all about? Because there's a lot of confusion in the air. A lot of people are getting stuck and lost and overwhelmed, and those are normal emotions, but it's not your new normal, but it can feel like it's becoming your new normal because it keeps happening a lot. You like stop and start, you stop and start, you're tired. There's a lot of exhaustion on this time frame here right now. And you might say to yourself, well, maybe it's because I'm not young enough, or maybe it's because of this or that. No, it's kind of in the atmosphere. It's kind of like, it reminds me of walking up onto a beach after a shipwreck. There's been a shipwreck and it's time to like get your own damn self out of the water. You survived the shipwreck. What's that shipwreck? It's the old level. It's the old paradigm. It's really levels that we talked a lot about leaving it. It's like 3D survival life. It's not paleo, but it is, what you might call the caveman days leading into survival and all of the ways that you've had to do things. Now it's new and you have to make it new. So what is this time frame about? Well, in a nutshell, it is about new relationships. This carries with it brand new things on your body that have to open. I am all about the body. I am all about your light body, your chakras, your connection points, where this stuff anchors to you and helps you thrive. It's about relationships, relationships to work and money, relationships to your ancestors. Anyone really hate their ancestors sometimes where you're like, damn, why did I have to inherit this or that from my ancestors? Or you're saying, God bless it. What did my ancestors actually do? I feel terrible. It might carry some other emotions with it, like guilt, shame, self-judgment, things like that. How do you do this? And how do you not carry it with you? The answer is actually in your body. And there's a lot of things that have happened throughout history, not just here, but on other levels that just really won't make sense because there's a very, very rapid closure happening. That means on the good side, you get to close the doors. On the bad side, you got to deal with some of the fallout. You have to actually deal with those things that have happened to you. There are aspects that have to do with your body, primarily your gut, your heart, and your head. And this can affect several parts of you. Your angelic body is on the move, leaving an entire level. And if you're staying put, you're going to feel it. That is also a part of what is called the shift, which is actually a splitting off of people. There are people that, yes, have done work to ascend. There are people, it's more than ascending, it is a unification process. That is a true union, and not to be confused with what people call a union, like if they're checking up with someone, if they live with someone, if they've married someone, if they're confused about someone, they'll call it union. That doesn't equal unification. Nor does it equal the merges of these parts of you that are so important to build you up for your new life, because there is a direction where this is going. Generally, the ascension is on a trajectory, but there can be times where you kind of, you go up, you level off. What's that all about? Well, you might need to get used to some things. You might need to take care of some things. You definitely need to take care of you, yourself, and only you can. What that means is don't sit around waiting by the phone thinking that every time some reader says, "Ooh, you're masculine," is like they're thinking about you. It's beyond the physical, okay? People go through this roller coaster where it's like, he loves me not. She loves me not. And let me tell you, if it's a soulmate, they don't love you. Not the way you're intended to be loved, because that too is at an entirely different level, a much higher level. And it feels different and it shows up differently. If you are in the mode where you really do want to get where you're going and you're tired of floundering around and you're tired of sometimes hearing the same old things, because there's a reason you hear some of the same things. Things go in cycles. Things need to be gone back to and reviewed. And some people have had fears that they've needed to actually give way so that when you go back or you're in that cycle, you can actually address some things. And it's important not to be critical or judgmental about those things. Some people need it. Some people need those endless cycles of stuff. They just do. And other people are like, ooh, let me get to the finish line. Okay, if that's you, then I have things for you that are very helpful for you to experience, for you to get where you want to be, to up level, and to really feel good. Now, everyone wants to feel good. I get asked all the time, Patricia, does your service, is it covered by insurance? I wish. Okay, show me the insurance company and be a part of the body of proof that can actually help get that where it needs to be. It doesn't happen yet because this is very, very new, and you have a lot of gobbledygook out there. You have a lot of things that just are not relevant to what this is all about. This is ascension. This is specifically twin flame ascension. It's how you keep each other accountable because you're responsible for each other. Yes, you are your twin flame's keeper. And if you don't like that person, you really need to get a reading about that from me so I can help you really discern what the heck is going on and why would you linger in it anyway. Real love doesn't treat you certain ways. So getting back to the topic of relationships, which is what is carrying the day here through the equinox and into towards the end of the year. Relationships, familial relationships, ancestral relationships, colleague relationships, relationships that you may not think are viable, and yet maybe they are. Like, meaning maybe that person circles around or you miss them. Relationships of the type where it seems like very interesting, attractive people show up on your path. What do you do about that? Well, I'm going to be talking about that in my weekend class for the full moon, the once in a blue moon, full moon class on either Friday evening at 7 p.m. Central or Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Central. You can ask questions. We do some special things in the synergy of the lunar energy. Another thing about relationships, your relationship with the moon is changing. The lunar energy has a lot of influence on you in 3 of its phases. And the full moon is one of those. You're going to feel weepy. You're going to feel out of sorts. You're going to feel like you're miffed about things and irritable easily. It's just going to be moody. And another thing, please be cautious, okay? Give other people some space, and I will tell you why. As you can see, we are in a fire aspect. What that means is things are catching fire. Things are falling apart. Things are happening that are accidents, but they're bad. Okay, I myself have seen some bad accidents. People are misjudging speeds and distances, and there are things that are happening. Please be cautious and please, take it easy. Come and join and feel good. Okay, we always have a good time in the group. Keep your eyes open because I am setting up a group which is intended to be ongoing, where once a month or maybe more than once a month at a very, very reasonable way to join. And it will be on YouTube. So please stick around or add your name to the contact list so that I can, email me at twinflamesmerge@gmail.com. There's so many things that people have to deal with, and I know that people have heavy burdens. One of the things that this energy is intended to do is to help make you feel that somehow you're going to come through it, and that the burden gets lightened up and things are doable for you. I highly recommend that you put your ascension as a priority. If you make it the last thing on the list, if you deny it and say well, I might as well get drunk, or I'm going to smoke up, or I'm just going to go out and have, go on a dating website or go seek people. Okay, you're only delaying your own process. That's all I'll say. Your soul's in charge of it. And if you start having weird stuff happen because you're incurring some karma, that's going to be on you to stop it. And I need to say it straight up because some of this stuff, it's past the point of sugarcoating. You can't just watch videos and think everything's hunky-dory and that's just another weather report. No, it's time to stop living in certain ways, and yet the doors are opening for things to be much easier. And as you can see, you're going to see these splits. You're going to see people down here struggling. You're going to feel it. You're going to have things happen in your dreams. I also do dream interpretation. We do it in the group. Dream interpretation. I love to talk about dreams. And that is something that can happen that is vividly giving you the picture that speaks 1,000 words. Lucid dreaming, other level dreaming. You actually have several levels that you probably haven't even tapped into. And if you do, please get my sleep webinars, because there are other levels, and let me tell you, they are a lot of fun. Then you kind of come down here and you're kind of well, I got to go to work now, or well, I got to get up and make breakfast for the family. And yet here's the beautiful thing. You can get back there again. And isn't that refreshing? This answers a lot of the existential crisis that people have. This ascension work. The body work of the twin flame body, which is the larger structure, actually can help you with so many crises. Crisis of faith, existential crisis. Maybe you feel like you just don't want to be here anymore. I get it. You don't want to drive yourself off a bridge. You don't want to swallow a bottle of sleeping pills, but you just don't want to be here anymore. Time to recharge and refresh. So thanks so much for watching, and check the links below to join. I look forward to having you. Please subscribe, because that helps me. And if my videos are helping you, please consider making a donation. Thank you so much. Bye now.